Morning student, welcome back to our physics class. Last day what we learned the recliner propagation of light, application of recliner propagation of light, one activity, the pinhole camera, the working of a pinhole camera, size of a image, nature of a image. Okay, today we check our progress. Some true false is there. We do that one. Write the true or false, correct and false statement. The moon is a luminous body. It is false. Moon is non-luminous body. An opaque object does not allow any light to pass through it. It is true. Light from the sun is a convergent beam. It is false. Light from the sun we received, that is the parallel beam of light, not the convergent beam. Rays of light can bend in any direction. That is also false. Light rays up to when not change its medium, it travels in a straight line path. So it is also false. The image formed by a pinhole camera is real and inverted. It is true. We got the image by a pinhole camera, that is real image, and it is inverted image. So we check our progress. Next, what we start? We start shadow. All of you know you see your own shadow. In a sunny day, when you went out, you see your own shadow. It forms. When the shadow will form, mark it. Take the pencil and mark it. When an opaque object, without opaque object, we cannot get a shadow. When an opaque object is placed between a source of light and a screen, it blocks the path of light, forming a dark area on the screen. This dark area is called the shadow of the object. What is the shadow of an object? When an opaque object is placed between the source of light and a screen. Where we get our shadow? In the sunny day? On the earth? So here the earth is the screen. So we need a light source and an opaque object and a screen to obtain the shadow. Okay, we can keep it in our mind. These three things is necessary. Without these three things, we cannot get the shadow. So mark it. I think you marked already. When an opaque object is placed between a source of light and a screen, it blocks the path of light, forming a dark area on the screen. This dark area is called the shadow of the object. The condition for the formation of a shadow. If there is the three objects, like a screen is there, light source is there, opaque object is there, then also sometimes shadow not formed. Why? The reasons is these ones. The condition for the formation of shadow. What are the condition? You mark it and learn. A source of light, an opaque object to obstruct the path of the light, and an opaque screen to obtain the shadow. Only the opaque object is there, it's not that. It's obstruct the path of the light. Then the shadow will form. Now the characteristic of the shadow. How and what type of shadow we will get? A shadow, mark it. A shadow is always a dark area. It does not show the color of the object. Maybe the colorful object, it gives black and white shadow. Black, not white, black and gray. Sometimes it's less dark. That one we say gray. Take object of different colors and observe their shadows on the wall. You will see that no matter what the color of the object is, the shadow is always black. Some portion may be gray. Why? I will discuss it afterwards. A shadow may or may not look like the actual shape of the object. May or may not. That means sometimes maybe it's like the shape of the object, sometimes it's not. See that once. When take a toy, teddy bear, or any object of irregular shape, holding it against a light source, observe the shape of its shadow on the wall. Rotate the object on the light source of different ways. You will observe that the shape of the shadow keeps changing. The size of the shadow depends on the distance of the object from the source of the light and the screen. When you bring an opaque object closer to the source of the light, you will see that the size of the shadow on the screen increases. When you bring the object closer to the screen, you will see the size of the shadow decreases. So, when we decrease the light source and the opaque object, then the shadow will increase, and when we bring in the shadow near the skin, the shadow decreases. The shadow becomes darker with sharp edge as the object moves closer to the screen. When the object moves closer to the screen of light, the shadow turns grayish and the edge becomes blunt. A shadow can only be formed on a screen. Hold an object against an opaque window behind which there is no object from a considerable distance. Flash a beam of light on the object. Do you observe any shadow in the air? No. We never see the shadow on the air. Screen is always required to get a shadow. This shadow that a shadow can only be formed on the screen. The screen should not be placed too far from the object. Any flat opaque object such as a cardboard sheet or a wall or even the ground can act as a screen. Just before few minutes I told we get our shadow in a sunny day on the screen. Which is the screen? Earth is the screen there. So up to here you can able to understand what we learned, what is a shadow, how the shadow formed, the condition for the formation of shadow, characteristics of the shadow. Up to here we learn properly. Now the umbra and penumbra. Just before few minutes I told one part of the shadow is completely dark, another part is less dark, grayish. Why this happens? Mark it. A shadow generally consists of two regions, a central dark region called umbra and an outer less dark region called penumbra. The umbra is the region of total darkness as on ray of light enters this region. The penumbra receives a few no ray where it is received, that is the totally dark, that is the umbra, and penumbra receive a few light rays on it, so it is less dark. In your higher class you learn details with the how this is formed, what part of the light and what type of source of light, what type of source of opaque objects gives us the umbra and penumbra. We discuss it in our higher class. Now only you learn there are two parts of a shadow. Which one is completely dark, that is known as umbra, in which part we not get any part of light, that is the umbra part, and the penumbra receives few lights from the source. The formation of umbra and penumbra depends upon the size of the light source and the distance between the object and the screen. Okay, so we keep it in our mind that umbra and penumbra depends on the size of the light source and the distance between the object and the screen. So today up to this, again we learn whatever today we remind it. What is a shadow, condition for the formation of shadow, characteristics of the shadow, and umbra and penumbra. Okay, up to this, bye today.